Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hello, and welcome back to the Rich Alvarez Show. I am your host, as always, Rich Alvarez. So you're probably wondering why I'm apparently in space, and that is because I am doing the Rich Alvarez Show. Did I introduce this as the Rich Vlog? Am I going that crazy today? No. Welcome to the Rich Alvarez Show. I'm doing the show today at D Rock's house because that's where I am right now. So that's why I we have this fake background, and I don't have my original theme song, so I thought I would do it myself. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, guys, I thought about not doing the Rich Alvarez show today only because it seems like everybody else didn't do a show today. Like Collider Live, they did a show, but it was not live, even though it's called Collider Live. They pre-recorded it yesterday and uploaded it today. Apparently, a lot of media gets the day off today because yesterday was July 4th. And in America, usually you get July 4th off of work because it's a national holiday. But a lot of, it's funny because that's always been the thing is you get July 4th off of work. But, as you know, most people go out and party and get drunk and get a hangover the next day. And, then they usually call in sick the next day anyway. So it feels like, to me, the smarter thing would be to make July 5th the day that you take off of work, or make that the day that you give everybody the day off. But, of course, I don't think they want to encourage everybody to get, wasted the night before. So of course they're going to give you the 4th off because that's the national holiday. Anyways, why am I going on this huge tangent? It's just because all of the stuff that I watch for my own news, like Collider and so on, they seem to all have taken the day off. They're like, apparently July 5th is the day that media doesn't exist, so there is no movie news. Only, maybe there's some diehard dedicated people that work for like the Hollywood Reporter or something that are going to report something, but there is apparently nothing to report. The like so-called news reports coming out today are just retreads of things that we already know. It's like, yeah, we already know that, the Ariel casting for Little Mermaid remake. We already know about, oh, Mulan might not have the music in it. It's like a bunch of stuff. It's like, this was all reported weeks ago, and it's just kind of being brought up now again just to kind of create some news articles for today, because I don't think anybody's really working today. So that's why I've just titled this video Freaky July Friday, because there's nothing to talk about. But I want to do the show anyway, and I know that, like, I skip days of the Rich Alvarez show sometimes without telling you guys, because I either suddenly get busy with something or whatever. And I like to give you guys a heads up if I'm not going to do a Rich Alvarez show, because I feel like, if you're expecting a Rich Alvarez show Monday through Friday, then it's only fair that I at least give you guys a heads up if I can. And I thought today, I should probably do one, since I didn't say I wasn't going to do one. I just didn't realize that everyone else was going to take the day out. So we're just going to basically have a big Q&A today, for as long as the live chat keeps on coming. And, that's pretty much it. Let's see, who do we got in the house today in the live chat? We got Silver Armored Wolf, Carrie Anna Mason, Paul Unifray, Twisted Dark Joey 2004. Hey guys, welcome to the Rich Alvarez show. Silver Armored Wolf says, "Sweet room." It's not a real room. It's fake. Look, it's a green screen. I'm hitting the green screen right there. Did you hear that? All right. And then Silver Armor Wolf says, "Oh, never mind." Carrie Anna Mason says, "Did you have a wonderful 4th of July?" I had an okay 4th of July. 4th of July for us yesterday was really just catching up on some things that we needed to catch up on. As some of you guys know, Jackie and I, we do crafting for various conventions and things, and we had to catch up on some of that. Plus, we're helping out with some other events going on this month and next, and, well, it's a bunch of stuff. Anyways, we just had to catch up on some stuff. Paul Onifray says, "Hi, Richie. How was your 4th of July?" And again, it was that. Twisted Dark Joey 2004 says they are making another Tom Holland movie called Spies in Disguise. So, I mean, Tom Holland is a great actor. I mean, they're going to continue to make fantastic movies with him in it for as long as he wants to make them at this point. I look, he's good. I look forward to him in whatever he's going to be in. Paul Unifray says, "That's a cool chair and a cool room." Well, again, this is D-Rock's chair, because this is D-Rock's house. Uh, Carrie Anna Mason says, "New movie coming out called Crawl sounds very scary. I heard of Crawl. Hopefully it'll be good." Silver Armor Wolf says, "Are you an HP Lovecraft fan?" We got 3 new games. Lovecraft, like I know, like people love their Lovecraft, people love their Cthulhu. I've never been huge on Lovecraft, but I mean, I appreciate the work. And he says, make that 4. Paul Unifray says, I would love to have a chair like that and a green screen. A green screen's not expensive. You can literally get a green sheet as long as it's pretty, like, as long as you can get it close enough to the highlighter green, it will be very easy to key out when you're doing a chroma key. Excuse me. Rage Carried is here and says, hey, hope it's going well. It is going well. Twisted Dark Joey 2004 says, have you played Kingdom Hearts? Yes, I've played every Kingdom Hearts, and I believe I've played everything. I've gone out of my way to play, Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep and all the spin-offs, and I believe I have a pretty good knowledge of events in Kingdom Hearts. I even made back in the days when I was making the Wiki Richie show, I made a pretty comprehensive Kingdom Hearts episode I made a pretty comprehensive Wiki Richie on Kingdom Hearts. And some people were like, wow, I didn't even really understand the story of Kingdom Hearts until your video. So I think I know Kingdom Hearts pretty well. I didn't care that much for Kingdom Hearts 3, though. I felt like I really wanted Kingdom Hearts 3 to wrap up the story, and instead it kind of gave us like a epiphany, then a final battle, and then a cliffhanger. So, I mean, I still enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 3, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. Yeah. Twisted Dark Joey says, do you have Life is Strange? I have Life is Strange. I've played Life is Strange. Jackie has played Life is Strange, and I believe, because I don't think I've deleted them, you can still go back and watch her older Wake Up Jax's she did the entire Life is Strange for Wake Up Jax back like a year or 2 ago. Marty Man is here. He says, hi, Rich. And then Carrie Ann Mason says, I'm going to Comic-Con in August, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be dressing up as Lara from Logan. Awesome. Is that San Diego or New York Comic-Con? Because I believe San Diego Comic-Con is this month. So it must be a different Comic-Con in August. Of course, when people refer to things like, oh, they're going to be at Comic-Con, or, they're doing, the Marvel Studios is going to be at Comic-Con, 9 out of 10 times they are referring to San Diego Comic-Con, because San Diego Comic-Con is the Comic-Con. It is the original Comic-Con. It is the biggest comic convention in the entire world. But of course, I've never actually been to San Diego Comic-Con, but I do go to Sacramento Comic-Con. I'm a little tired today, guys. I go to Sacramento Comic-Con. I've been to San Francisco Comic-Con, and I go to all the big major comic conventions that happen here in Northern California. And then once in a blue moon, I'll go to something down in Southern California. But that's usually all I do. I've never been to a convention outside of California at all. Marty Man says, nice to see you got your green screen back on. Again, this is Derek's green screen. I'm at D-Rock's house right now. Alan Cavilo says hi. Xander Brow says, I love Pirates of the Caribbean 3. I mean Kingdom Hearts 3. Carrie Ann Mason says Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Tampa Bay, yeah, that's supposed to be a good one. Xander Brow says, if you guys ever visit SuperCon or Halmat in Orlando, Florida, I will definitely be there. I've never been to Florida, and I don't know if I will ever go to Florida. I'm just not a big... Thing about me is I'm not really a big traveler. I kind of just stick to California. It's mostly because I hate flying. I hate taking planes, and I hate being in a car for more than 10 hours max. So, usually I just go around California or Nevada. I've driven up as far as Oregon, but that's as high, so California, Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, that's about my travel, and I probably will never leave the West Coast in my life. Let's see here. Marty Man says, Xander you should be a member because you watch Rich Alvarez since day one, I believe. Yeah, Xander why aren't you a member of the channel yet? Rage Carrot says, haven't been to one of these streams. What do you do on here? Well, usually, Rage Carrot, I have a very interesting topic that I rant about for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's usually a great topic, very relevant, has everything to do with what's going on in movie news today, and then I do live questions. However, because, again, it's the day after the 4th of July, and the entire media world decided to play hooky today, put an egg in their shoe and beat it because they're apparently too hungover or too distracted from the 4th to actually do a news cycle today. They've all decided not to do news, so there is no news stories out there for me to cover. Again, it's all just stuff that we already know. Yes, we know that Ariel's been casted in The Little Mermaid. Yes, we know that Mulan's not going to have any music in it. Those are old stories. Don't be fooled. Those are not new news stories today, guys. If you're on the up and up on movie news, don't pay attention to those stories because they've been around for days and they're just passing them off. Again, Collider Live today was pre-recorded yesterday because they didn't want to do one today. So there's nothing. I am here, guys. I am here for you. I am here live today. But there is no actual topics to talk about. So that's why we're doing a Q&A for this entire video. Anyways, sorry. There's a rant about my ranting. Anyways, back to the actual news. Paul Unifray says, when I was thinking of the stupid Mario Brothers finale before it was announced, I was thinking maybe every protagonist that was introduced would be standing together before the end credits. I mean, that would have been interesting, but that's not the way that it ended. Well, I hope you did enjoy the way that it did end, though. Carrie Anna Mason says, do you get airsick on a plane? I do have horrible motion sickness. It's why I don't enjoy roller coasters anymore. When I was in high school, I used to love roller coasters, but ever since I was ever since I was 22, 23, and I'm 32 now, guys. Ever since I was about 22 or 23, I have not been able to get on a roller coaster because I started to get sick. In California here, we have a couple of Six Flags. So we have like Six Flags in Vallejo, which is like kind of halfway between Sacramento and San Francisco, if you guys know your geography. And there's some great roller coasters over there. But then around that time in my early 20s, I started going on the roller coasters and being like, oh man, I feel horrible. And I just realized I can't go on roller coasters anymore because I get horribly sick. Same thing with a plane. We took a plane, 5 or 6 years ago. I was on a plane going to the East Coast, and I got kind of sick on the way to the East Coast, and then on the way back to California, I nearly threw up on the plane, and I was like, I can't do this, never again. And I just decided it's not worth because then I feel sick. I felt sick for like a week after that, and it was a horrible feeling in my head and my stomach, and that's when I decided I'm never going to go on a plane ever again unless there's an emergency, unless we have to get out of California because Godzilla showed up on the shore and we got to fly over to the East Coast. That's the only way I'm getting on a plane, guys. Godzilla has to show up in San Francisco, Anyways, Xander Brow says, I was shook to see Rooster Teeth at Full Sail University. Damn, if only it was you. Well, I don't know. They what kind of horrible position does Full Sail University have to be in where I am the only guest they can invite to? They're like, all right, here's washed up YouTuber Rich Alvarez. I'm just kidding, guys. Vampires for Life says, hi, Richie Brewer. Xander Brow says, I'm not a member. How dare? I'm already making so many SMB references in my Mario series. Silver Armored Wolf says, what do you think of the Neon Joy-Cons? Personally, they should have done what they did with the N64 and make real colors. The 3DS had nice colors. The Joy-Cons are just ugly. I haven't seen the Neon Joy-Cons yet, but I shall take a look at them. I was going to say, back when we were doing smashing stuff, Julian smashed a bunch of different see-through controllers and stuff, the 90s translucent stuff. That was a really fun episode. I think I'm probably post that to Facebook today or this weekend or something. Not today, this weekend. Xander Brow says, funny thing is my first Richalverse video I saw was Revenge of the Monster Mower. Yeah, those old Monster Mower videos back in the day. Marty Man says, well, at least you watched Richalverse before he did Stupid Mario Brothers. Paul Unifray says, yes, I enjoyed how Stupid Mario Brothers ended. Okay, good. Rage Carrot says, have you always lived in California? Because when I watched SMB, it didn't remind me of California, and I live in Sacramento. I've always lived in California. I grew up in Oakland, and then we moved to the Valley when I was like 8. And yes, I've always lived in Northern California. But again, we live in the rural part, some more You know, think if you know anything about like east of or the east part of El Dorado County, like between Sacramento and South Lake Tahoe, where it's very foresty and gets really dry with the grass and everything. That's the area that we've always lived in, and that's why it always looks like a forest or a dry grass area because that's where we are. But yeah, we've always been in California. I've never not lived in California. Um, yeah, and then EDMG says it's a large state. Yeah. Um, let's see here. Rich Carrot says also that new Batman Six Flags roller coaster looks terrifying. Yeah, it's great. Well, anyways, guys, again, I'm sorry for my alarming ish. For I know it doesn't seem like I'm tired. I've only gotten like 3 hours of sleep myself. I'm sorry for my raging about no media today. It irritates me a little bit that like out of something like like an IGN or a Screen Rant or a Nerdist, you don't have one person that like is willing to do a new segment on the 5th of July. Like really? Like and then if you don't, then why aren't you hiring me to do that? I don't know. Anyways, guys, it's been a lousy day, but I hope you've had fun here on the old Rich Alvarez show with old Rich Alvarez. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being fans of Rich Alvarez. Don't forget to give this video a like. It actually very really helps. And we will have better news and better times on Monday. And you might get a surprise this weekend from this channel. So keep your eyes open on the Rich Alvarez channel for Friday or Sunday. I don't know yet, for a special video thing. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.